What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be doing Japanese Tuesday. So we're going to look at the Japanese meta, a little quick glance to see what decks are kind of just topping right now, and what kind of decks are kind of evolving just because of their meta. We already know that Taomon Loop is just spamming ruin mode, spamming ruin mode, spamming ruin mode. As long as they can keep doing that, they're going to be in a good spot. So decks have to adapt and move over to handling with a minus 15k board. So hopefully we'll see what this video has in store, shall we? So let's get into it. As you guys know, we look at Digimon CG guide is what you're going to be having to look up for this. So taking a look here, you have Lord Nightmon, Blue Armors, Fenrir Luga, Blue Flare, Blue Green Imperial, Mirage Galga, Red Hybrid, Purple Hybrid, Sun and Moon, Dukemon, Crossheart, Beelzemon, and a whole bunch of other things. We have Kazuamon as well, Malomyotismon, Darugamon, Royal Base, Ancient Garu, 7 Great Demon Lords, and all the best beauties in all of town. Oh, we also have an Aqua. It's been a hot second since we actually seen an aquatic deck actually do anything. So let's take a look at what this is, because I didn't even notice that this topped recently. So if you guys look at it, it's just a basic Regumon list. So this is kind of cool. I'm really happy that someone did well. First out of 13 players is really good. And against Purple Hybrid, Lord Nightmon, Ancient Garu, that's an accomplishment and a half by itself, guys. So this is showing some promise. I was not expecting this. This happened on October 26th, so my bad for not finding it sooner. But I also think the scrambles definitely help out with this deck, so that could be everything there. Then we also did have the Bandai Fest Jakarta. This one had Mirage Top, Takamazuchi, Ancient Greymon. If you start noticing a very popular trend right now, they're all old TK decks. So this is Ancient Garu. Regular Mirage Galga. Mirage and Mirage taking first and second place is really ridiculous. Starting to show that they might need to be looking at this deck to get hit. So, yeah, a deck that's been around this long doesn't usually last forever. And to be straight honest with you, decks like this usually get hit eventually, because they're going to want players to get off these decks to play new decks. And Mirage being around this long shows that there might be a small issue. Then you have Takamazuchi just being Takamazuchi. This deck loves to just OTK. So if it can OTK, you're going to be in a bad spot. The deck's going to do what it wants, because unless you're playing Paladin mode, this deck does exactly what it needs to. Then we do have Ancient Greymon being Ancient Greymon. Ancient Greymon clears out securities like nobody's business. And what else can we really say here? It's just focusing on trying to get this to go off as soon as possible and make your opponent have a bad day. Then we do have Bees. Bees doing a little bit of something. This one is 5 participation, sadly, but hey, it was Royal Base. So let's take a look here. They are playing Zephygamon for that security +1 pressure, but suspend 1 Digimon. If this affects suspending your Digimon, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Not a bad deal. Zephygamon being able to bottom deck a Digimon sometimes does come up. Then you have like Queen Bee being Queen Bee. She kind of protects and just applies a lot of pressure in every way, shape, or form. And then you have like Tiger Vespa being for each of your face-up security, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then none of their Digimon can unsuspend until the end of the turn. Then other Digimon are deleted in battle. This Digimon may unsuspend. So yeah, complete Tiger Vespa plus Queen Bee plus Zephygamon all add up sometimes, and that's all you need to really add in the pressure that you need to win. And you know what? It's not a bad list. I think this is pretty solid, having a lot of good techs. You know, the heritable effects from the bees and the security is just ridiculously strong, and it just makes your opponent have a bad day. Then we did get Malomyotismon topping with the dog engine. You know what I mean by this, but taking a look at it, it uses the dog lower end engine with the Gobbly and the Ogremon to kind of just do some shenanigans. The lower half is strong, thanks to everyone that participated. It is a good bottom half. Like, there is just strong genericy. This is like talking about how the Galaxy engine bottom half is really strong. They're both very powerful consistency engine pieces that really does help out. So, you know what? That's what it's going to come down to. And if you guys don't really know what RideMyAvatar and Malo does, you have like Miss Barrier here that says delete one of your Digimon. You may play one Myotismon from trash without paying its cost. Then place this card in the battle area. When one of your Myotismon is deleted, delay, you may play a RideMyAvatar from trash without paying its cost. So basically you get to replay a RideMyAvatar, which says on play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Very powerful skill with RideMyAvatar, but Malo is also a very one. When Digivolving, when attacking, delete one of your Digimon or Tamers, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. If this effect didn't delete an opponent's Digimon, delete one of their Tamers. When effect deletes one of your other Digimon or Tamers, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack all turns. So, Malomyotismon does his crazy shenanigans, and if you guys don't know what also they kind of do, is that they use like him plus the Kenimon and Mummymon tamer. So would be played from your hand by deleting this tamer, reduce the play costs by 3. You may play one level 5 or lower card with Myotismon in text from trash without paying its cost. At the end of your next opponent's turn, delete it. So, not a bad trade-off. And then you have him as well. So when one of your Digimon with Myotismon in its name is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. And if this tamer is suspended, you may delete this tamer to play one Malomyotismon from trash without paying its memory cost. So this just basically means this Malomyotismon is going to apply pressure that way. So it has a lot of recursion, which is very scary for a lot of decks to handle. Then we have Digimon. If you guys aren't noticing, they have a lot of text, a lot of stuff. They're using the train, they're using the Hagurumon X and regular Hagurumon. You have like Metal Greymon, Tyrannos, you have, this is the Cyberdramons, Chaos Dramon, Metal Greymon. They have a lot of good support across the board. They use a lot of their cyborgs to do a lot of crazy shenanigans. This is why I don't get why he's not at a full playset of this. This should be a full playset. I wouldn't do a split, but I get that you have a lot of black targets, but if you can grab red and black regardless, this is what you want. I don't know why you're playing this if you would just play for this. But that's just me. Taking a look across the board though, if you guys don't know, Digimon can kind of deal with the loop shenanigans because the way the deck plays is a minusing board effect. So Digimon just laughs at that and says, I don't get my DP minus, I'm just gonna kill you. So just keep that in mind. Digimon is just a scary boss when it comes down to DP minus threat decks that are in the format. So, you know, can't minus 15,000 DP me every turn if I'm immune. So, you know, Sakuyamon, Purple Highball, and then Sakuyamon. He won against both Sakuyas very easily because this deck has Sakuya can't answer a unkillable target. So if you're gonna spam that, Mugen might be the way to go if your locals is just filled with Sakuyamon loop shenanigans. Then we got Purple Hybrid doing well as well. This is a fun list, they're saying. You know what? Calling from Darkness is definitely looking like I'm adding that in. And then maybe Itmon across the board might be another call just for that quicker mill strats, because sometimes I just need to mill out a little bit more and I'll be in a good spot. So taking a look though, very solid list, nothing out of the ordinary that screams. I mean, they are playing Purple Memory Boost, but that's nothing different. But with the Argomon's just for that mirror. So when this card would Digivolve into by suspending up to 5 tamers, reduce the Digi-Evolution cost by 1 for each tamer suspended. Your opponent's turn, none of your opponent's tamers can unsuspend. And if you have 4 or more Argos in trash, you may play 1 level 6 Argomon from your hand without paying its cost. We're never going to do that. But you know what? This has a great effect. This kind of bridges also very nicely, especially if your opponent has a lot of tamers. You can reduce the play evolve cost to get it down to nothing. And then your opponent's just going to sit there looking pretty. Then we do have you know what it is, Blue Flare here. Blue Flare just doing Blue Flare shenanigans, if you guys know what I mean. This deck always has a great powerhouse. I want to just take a look at Spademon as well. Let me get Spademon. Spade. Which spade is it? It's the newer spade. Okay. Where are we playing you, bud? Let's take a look at the book. So Spademon is just in here for by trashing one. Oh, when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Because the new line is black, you can evolve on it. It's by my assumption. What are they playing for the eggs? It's blue. I don't know, guys. They play shenanigans. This is probably just if you ever hard played it, you can take advantage of it. I don't know. It's just evolve. I mean, being able to delete your opponent's 3000 DP as if you had to evolve. If you guys can't cross heart when there's a Psychmon on board, you could just easily get the Spademon, Greymon swing. That's a lot of memory to deal with. If you got 6 magic memory, if that's the play, go for it. I mean, if Spademon's already on the board, it's not a terrible thing. But taking a look across the board, though, Metal Bergermon, Metal Greymon, all do great things. Being able to de-digivolve, blocker, reboot. You know, also, just Z gives us a powerhouse. Being able to de-digivolve 2 of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, return one of their level 4 or lowers to the hand. You may play a Blue Flare or Crossheart trait Digimon with a play cost 5 or less under any of your tamers without paying its cost. What's a nice addition into this list is the Regumon. If you're on the 5, you can spit out the Greymon from the Crossheart piece, the Blue Flare pieces that you crossed, Digicross or Digifused, and then boom, you now have the Rush Greymon being able to swing in. So all things considered, just having this Greymon be able to come out of Regumon sources sometimes is all you kind of need when you Digicrossed, right? So that's just another great level 6 in the list, and I think we have a lot of potential with this deck, and a lot of players that are a Blue Flare fan base are going to be excited when they be able to play this deck at a consistent rate. I can't wait for May for us. That'll be definitely a exciting time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Guys, remember, Digimon CG guide is where you want to look up. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.